Okay, guys, we're back. I guess today's just a little bit of story time again. Um, I was sitting at, I wasn't sitting any. We went to the pizza ranch this morning, and we were in line. Basically, I knew it had gotten pretty expensive, but obviously I'm the man. I decided that I was gonna pay for the group, and it ended up being like $45. And I just realized that BTC kind of does something to you. Like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's $45. Do you know how much sats I could have bought for $45? Of course, I have to look it up while I'm sitting there eating pizza. It's 41,000 sats. So to go eat at the Pizza Ranch, it cost me 41,000 sats. In my mind, it's insane. Um, if even if you just take BTC out to like, uh, probably at the high of this cycle, that pizza didn't just cost me $45. It's most likely cost me 90 to $100 if you want to factor in like a 200,000, 250,000 Bitcoin. If you want to push it out, if you want to push it out a little while, say we get to, you know, $1 million Bitcoin in 2030. Uh, shoot, I'll have to do the math on it, but that pizza outing with my family cost me $410 if you factor out to 2030 for $1 million Bitcoin. $410 to eat a plate of pizza, some chicken, and some mashed potatoes. That just factors in like you just once you start going down the rabbit hole of BTC, you start basically seeing the world in sats, and you become more frugal is the word I want to go with, because everything else, I mean, you just always go back. Well, I could stick that into my wallet. I could stick that in my wallet. That's 40,000 sats there, 100,000 sats there. And I'm just kind of curious if I'm like the only one that thinks that way. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I mean, us Bitcoiners we're all pretty, we kind of cut from the same cloth. Where once you get the BTC bug, that you just kind of want to buy as much sats as possible. It's kind of funny because I heard this analogy one time. Uh, you don't really, once you start working out, you start caring about what you eat. And the same thing is about Bitcoin. Once you find true money, true savings, you start worrying about what you spend it on. And it can't be any more true, because I went through some of the things I would never even worry about, and I start going through my budget. Basically, just take my truck. I have a 2021 F-150, and it's worth probably like 30 grand. And the only thing I can think of is I should just sell this stupid truck, because all it does is cost me $1,000 every 6 months for insurance, and I just had to do tags or registrations in some states, depending on what you guys call it. It was $450 because the state decides that it's worth $40,000 instead of listening to the free market. It's just a money pit. I am not even You're not even factoring in repairs. I haven't had to repair anything on it. It's a brand new vehicle, and the only thing I can think of is like, well, there's a third of a Bitcoin, a quarter of a Bitcoin. On a dip, it could be half a Bitcoin. And I'm just like, I should just be driving this hoopty instead of worrying about this brand new truck. And I guess that's just kind of how it is, where once you find something that's, your true money that beats the inflation, you start worrying about this. You start worrying about what you're spending your money on, and the true answer is you should be spending it on your Bitcoin, because we get down the road, that truck it turns into something pretty nice because that truck could be your house in 10 years. It could be, you know, it could be anything. I mean, really, it could be your retirement. It could be the difference between you retiring 10 years early because you decided to be disciplined and buy a beat up Honda. I guess that's just a small side tangent I had. Basically, I know you guys probably noticed that I haven't had a video out since Thursday, and I just been chopping up my videos into some of these shorts. You get on these runs where I have ideas, and then you get on like a dry spell where I'm just like, I already talked about that. I already talked about that. And I don't want to like repeat myself on this channel, but if anyone who watches Bitcoin content, that's kind of what everybody does. They just regurgitate something that said 6 months ago with different numbers, and it just bothers me sometimes. It kind of keeps my career. If I don't feel like it's creative, it kind of stifles me. So it's a me problem. I'll work on it and I'll keep the content coming out. But like I always say, just I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you guys want to see another video, that'll be backwards over here, and a playlist will probably be over here, and the sub button will probably be right here. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.